Comrade Show. Wait, Comrade Lamte Oriaki. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Okay. Yes, fellow Nigerians, greetings to you all. Top of the moment to you, depending on where you are joining us from. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lamte Ikmomusa Oriahi. Yes, we've come our way again, and of course, for many people who are joining us right now, we know exactly what the drill is. The moment we are in, we all know, and of course, the goal we are all aiming at, we equally know, and that is the goal of changing the narrative. Talking of 2023, and beyond, and of course, most of us are, have defined our locations, and we've defined our stand, and. Is there's no gainsaying the fact anymore that all of us, very many of us young people today, we are taking very strong stand with the candidacy of Peter Obi. And I'm making this broadcast just to give the followers of the Comrade Show, basically, and of course, followers of the Obi movement worldwide, um, some insights, some additional information I think is necessary for us to have at this time. Please help share this broadcast. Let's make it go wide. Um, Yesterday, the 4th of July, I was very privileged, to meet with Peter Obi and Pat Utomi and some other persons. And we had some very important, strategic, discussions. And permit me, I am not sure I'm at liberty to divulge, the content of the meeting I had with this, very important, Nigerians. Uh, However, I'm basing this broadcast on some observations. And of course, I want to raise an alarm based on my observations. I mean, since the meeting ended last night, and of course, His Excellency Peter Obi had to catch a flight. I had actually been, thinking of a lot of things and all of that, and looking at this movement, the future of this movement, and so many things here and there. And I thought that, we need to talk about these because we all have to be involved in this, particularly looking at the one I call alarm. But I want to talk about the exciting aspect of my meeting, with my team, not just me, myself, and of course, the team, the comrades of the Comrade Show. You can see us here. I just want to share some pictures. Of course, this was when we had arrived at the door of the hotel. Of course, we this was when we met inside the hotel with Professor Pato Tome, and of course, here we're having some discussions with His Excellency, incoming President Peter Obi, and here and there. Um, I have been supporting Peter Obi for a very long time. As a matter of fact, Peter Obi gained my support when I started doing research on him, particularly when he ran as running mate, with Atiku Abubakar in the last elections, and began to take some notice. And as a matter of fact, in that time, I told myself, I said, this man should be the head of the ticket, not the other way around. And so when the chance came that he could actually run for president, then I knew this was our time, and I did not have my feelings right from the very outset. And for me, I'm somebody who believes very strongly in what I believe in. It doesn't matter, where every other person is going. When I stand, even if I'm a minority, I like to be identified with my stand. And thank God today, the Peter Obi movement is waxing stronger. When some of us started making the case for Peter Obi, we were very much in the minority. Today, we can say, without mixing words, that we are in the majority. And, Peter the Rock is going to also rock. And so the other aspect of it is that when I'm supporting somebody, particularly public office holders like this, I always find a way, God willing, if I could, to have a personal encounter with these people. I mean, that happened with the governor of Edo State, Governor Baseki. I launched my support for the governor very early on when he was contesting 2020 elections. I didn't know him from Adam. I didn't know him actually. And as soon as my support for him started waxing, even stronger, every now and again, we're, making the case for him, for the Edo people to know that this is the right person to become governor of Edo State. And I began to want to have a personal encounter with him. And at some point, that was brokered. And of course, the governor became my friend. I would say that, very, solidly. And of course, we began to solidify the process. The governor appeared on our platform severally. He still very much appear on our platforms to address those across the world, and of course, those home and abroad, and all of that. And so, we had equally looked at our campaign, our evangelism for the Peter Obi presidency, as one that is waxing stronger. People are taking notice. We are reaching a lot of people, and all of that. And all of these that we have been doing, was they were all subject to what we have heard him say. Some of the research we've carried out about him, and all of that. And I have been very curious. And the question is, even though I've been making the case, the man has been saying so many things, and he put them out there and say, go and verify, and all of that. And all of such kind of statement from him, you know, really imparted on me in no small way. And it grew my curiosity. You understand? All of us, as a matter of fact. And so we knew that we needed to find a way, to have some tete-a-tete with this man. You understand? For me, an opportunity like that was to juxtapose what impression I'm going to have against the backdrop of what I've been preaching or what I've been seeing on the internet, to see if there's a correlation, if there's a relationship between what I've been hearing him say and what he really does, as a matter of fact. So sorry, I'm not going to bother everybody with how this deal was brokered, but it was purely privileged, highly, highly privileged. The word of the support base of Peter B. I'm sure didn't know that the man was London. You understand what I'm saying? And he was just passing by, and he didn't really have too much time to stay, and all of that. He was just on transit from a different place, and all of that. So it was like, you know, Oga is arriving, or guys arrived, or you guys need to make this appointment like this, because we had actually, you know, asked for it, and all of that. And so there was no time. We had to suspend. I had to suspend everything to make sure that we meet up with the appointment, because it gave us very, very little or no time, and all of that. So I remember when I was leaving the house, my wife was like, why could not you put on suits? Why don't you put on? Because I'm saying this because I think Peter Obi is already influencing me the way I'm sure he's already influencing so many Nigerians. Why don't you put on this? Why don't you put on this? And all of that. And I told my wife, I said, the man I'm going to see, you know, this man is a very simple man. This man has told her that he's got just two shoes. He doesn't really believe in all of these material things. You know, this man is that simple. Why must I? And this man is a multi-billionaire. Why must I be the one who, and why must I dress so much, put on some three-piece suits and stuff like that? Why can't I call it be simple? This man has said me simplicity is the way and all of that. So I felt like, oh, I want to dress up the way Peter Obi dresses, and that's why I I wore this. You understand what I'm saying? Just to be that simple and all of that to meet him. Nigerians today, with all sense of conviction, I want to say that the man that we are supporting, very many youths across the world today, we are not making a mistake. We are not going wrong with this man. I encountered this man firsthand, and for the first few moments, I was amazed. I was gazing at him, and he probably understood that we are probably surprised. Not just me, surprised. We're not surprised. We're surprised at how is it possible that a man so highly elevated like this can be this simple. Now he saw us expecting. He's already aware that we're coming around. He broke that surprise and immediately made us feel at home. He, I mean, it's alarming, to have this encounter, and remain the same. As a matter of fact, there's no way I will ever remain the same, because even the encounter, as brief as it may have been yesterday, has already changed a whole lot about my person. I am no longer assuming. I cannot talk about Peter Obi like somebody I have encountered, and all of that. And if we transport this man with everything we've got to become the president of Nigeria, apart from all we've been saying about, oh, he has the capacity to turn Nigeria around, to turn our economy around, to do this, to do that, this man is going to redefine our values as a people. I'm going to start from the hotel. And permit me, I will not mention the hotel in question. Now, the hotel I'm talking about right now is not the kind of hotel I would expect a man like this, who is very arguably, in very many of our minds, the next president of Nigeria. It's not the kind of hotel I expect to meet him. And I imagine that even governors in our country would not even want to stay in such a hotel. Not because the hotel is not nice, the hotel is nice. Okay, but our people have a way of placing value on those things that are very expensive and all of that. This is a hotel that every regular person in the UK would afford. Peter Obi has publicly said if he sleep for 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 pounds hotel, he no go fit sleep. Not just sleeping one sleep. All that made huge impression when I was listening to some of those things. Huge impressions. And at some point, I would want to say, man, is it true? This man, the hotel where he stay, now the same range of the kind of hotel when he declare publicly, say, he go fit stay. He no go waste money. He said he's allergic to seeing money being wasted. Now, there was this thing happening. Please, I want us to take note of this because they are very important. I am not talking now like say Peter Obi said, or Peter, I heard him say, or I am playing one video where he said. No, this is what I saw, I experienced, and as a matter of fact, the question I ask myself is, if you, Comrade Lamte Oriahi, were Peter Obi, given the kind of personality you are, with all due respect, that hotel me not go stay am. But having met him, he not get how. Having not been baptized into the obeism. Because the man, apart from the interactions, what he transmitted to me is humility is gold. Humility is the hallmark of everything in this life. This man is humble to a fault. This man is, man, I don't even get the proper adjective when I would qualify this man. I left that place yesterday feeling very, very fulfilled. I have been making a lot of effort. I have been preaching. I have been talking Peter Obi for a while. As a matter of fact, for I don't know, probably more than 2 months now. I don't know if I've actually had any independent discussion on the platform of the comedy show without talking about Peter Obi. Because right now, because of the new Nigeria I want to give birth to, right now, because of the hope that we are building, in this, building in new Nigeria through, Peter Obi and all of that, I have no regrets at all. I never will. Because, like I said earlier, we are not wrong at all. We are not near wrong. And everything we have been hearing this man say, okay, they are all true. As a matter of fact, he's probably even more modest than he talks about. And another thing I observe is, man, no, I beg, as you know, be watching, as you guys are watching, I want to appeal to you. If you are an evangelist of the obedient movement, if you are following Peter Obi, please, I am appealing. It's my resolve. We will never waver. Nothing in this world should sway us anywhere else. We either win with him, or whatever the outcome is, we have to stand with him till the end. And at the end of the day, we will win. We will be victors with him. And we'll be satisfied that yes, indeed, we made our minds up. We stood with the right person. In fact, I make you notice I just talk too much. I'm not going to, like I said earlier, pardon me, because some of the content of discussion, I'm not sure right now I'm at liberty to disclose them. They were very, I consider some of the information very classified. So I may not go into details with, into some of the content of discussion and all of that. I'm only just trying to express certain observations, that I see as, the hallmark of all of these arrangements that we're having right now, and these things make very strong, impressions as far as I'm concerned. And I want to play this video, and he's just, I mean, when it was about leaving at the end of this, I asked him to leave a message for his teaming fans through the comrade show, and he had this to say.
This is the commerce show.
Just a word.
Hello. Let me most sincerely thank all of you for what you're doing. Let us continue the good work on the way able to build a better Nigeria for our children and for everybody.
Thank you very much. That's the incoming president, President Peter Obi, right here in London. Everything he talks about is about building a new Nigeria. a Nigeria that will be okay for all of us. A Nigeria that he's not even looking at this generation right now. He's not even looking at this present generation. He's looking at a Nigeria that will build and live for generations even unborn. Man, Nigerians, I want to appeal. We can't get it wrong with this man. We can't. Um, he has a nature, and a nature that is very infectious. A nature that will easily resonate with everybody. A nature that we redefine the entire mindset of the people. And there's an aura he carries. That I found it a charming aura. That the moment you meet this man, even when you never even talk, you just like him. And I think that is going to transmit that aura to the entire Nigerian landscape. This issue of division that politicians, create, so I'm saying they are comfortable to be corrupt. They are comfortable to steal our patrimony. Okay, when it comes to the time when our people, the people, at the base, want to resolve. I shall capture this very well, in our last broadcast, and it's very true. When the people are now assembly to say, man, we want to demand change or want to push for, some change, the leaders start showing the narrative of, you know, uh, this one is a Yoruba man, the other one is Igbo man, and all of that. But with Peter Obi, because while he was talking, I was just observing everything. Peter Obi he's not interested in you be a Hausa man. Please share this broadcast, it's very important. While I will share them, I appeal very strongly. Peter Obi is not interested in whether you are from Hausa or you are Fulani or you are Igbo, you are Yoruba. He's not interested. Everything he speaks to is Nigeria. As a matter of fact, he speaks to more opportunities in the northern part of Nigeria than even in the south. He speaks to more possibilities with the things that we can do with our hands, our human resources, more in the north because of the vast land in the north and what the land in the north can actually be used for to transform the entire Nigerian landscape. So we have a chance, a huge chance to rewrite the wrongs of the Nigerian state. Now, one thing I'm able to talk about, I think we need to know. Should I? Um, okay. There is no gainsaying the fact that there is a huge resistance from the establishment of the Nigerian state. When I talk about the establishment, people who have been settled over the course of their lifetime to reap, from our collective patrimony as a nation. People have been very, very corrupt. They've always been the corridors of power. They are the ones who win the contracts. They are the ones who have the oil wells. They are the ones who have this, who have the. So there's a class of Nigerians that are strongly resistant because they already know that if this guy takes over the aim of affairs, it is finished. The people that will start benefiting the real Nigeria will be you and I, the ordinary people. And so, I'm talking about the alarm, I will share some of these ones. The meeting we had was very exciting. Part Utomi, Part Utomi. What can I say? What can I say? What can I say? These Nigerians like this, man. Somebody told me. He said He said to me, one of my colleagues, he said, people like Utomi, he's probably one of the few ones in his generation that is left. And that in this generation, we are not having people like that anymore. People who just believe in making that sacrifice, who even what they can have, if they see that somebody is in a better position to provide, they just give it easily. But he told me for years and years and years, has been in the vanguard of a proper Nigeria. But he told me for years and years and years has been chasing the alternative to make this Nigeria work. Long before Peter Obi even thought of leaving PDP and all of that. But the Utomi already, with some other people, have already started floating the idea of having a third force. I remember, I've had one or two privileged meetings with, Pat Utomi. He brought us into the third force arrangement. And when they were conceiving it and all of that, thinking of under what political parties they would form, they will launch that third force, to contest 2023 election and all of that. I remember we had one meeting like that and we're discussing. You understand what I'm saying now? And Uncle Pat was like, okay, they are considering that. And I told him, we told him, my team. Yeah, I did mention that as well. I said, please, sir, whatever you guys consider, please, if you guys can make Peter Obi the flag bearer for whatever platform, I think that would be nice. This one, Peter Obi was still in PDP. He has not left PDP. I think we had that meeting about 2 weeks, 3 weeks after, before Peter Obi left PDP, and before long, Peter Obi now joined Labour. And to humble me the most, it was like the under Labour Party, Pat Utomi was contesting for president. When Peter Obi came, Pat Utomi stepped down. I mentioned that to him. I'm humbled by his sacrifice, his steadfastness, and all he wants to see is a new Nigeria. And I told him yesterday, I said, sir, everything that you've wanted about Nigeria, we are very close to achieving it. And I said, and I prayed for him, may God bless Pat Utomi. And I said to him, I said, he will see the promised land. And by the grace of God, he will enter the promised land. Because as we are now, we are already seeing the promised land. We know, we can perceive, we can feel the vibes of what the Nigerian land would be with a Peter Obi presidency. We are already seeing the promised land. All we are not, pushing for is to enter that promised land with the promise that is in the promised land. And that is what this is about. And so the man is there, he's standing, still helping to strategize, helping to, he's declared his stand. We talked at length, even long after, incoming President Peter Obi had left, and all of that. We talked at length, very, very much at length. You understand what I'm saying? And again, his belief, his hope is unwavering. He strongly believes that a new Nigeria will be born. You understand what I'm saying now? We had some very, let me play this, very friendly interactions.
The commercial.
I'm actually not on stage to change. I'm running to the airport now. I'm using my flight, yes. I have to change.
Sorry, actually, that's not the video I wanted to play. That was His Excellency when he was about leaving us. I actually wanted to play this, actually.
This.
It's the hardship in the neighborhood.
No, honestly, they're not trying to. I'm really looking at not what I expected.
Thank God. God has been faithful to you, sir. More than I deserve. And it's the pureness of your heart, too. Absolutely.
Uncle, last night, actually, thank you,
before I could resolve my heart. Your vision is critical. Your idea to be Nigerian is getting out. So many things came to me. I mean, going through your words, your vision,
programming of things.
and to be honest with you, I feel humbled personally to get to know you. Not for too many things, but for the commitment yourself. 9 years before that, I was a strong follower of Pastor. I never used to not believe that.
Anyway, well, it was just one of those. We had series of moments, really. But I have a takeaway. You know, these observations I have is that it's a confirmation of the Peter B we have been preaching. You know, that Peter B is this, Peter B is that, Peter B is this, based on what we've heard, what we've researched into, I've encountered this and I've seen, you know, very strong correlation between what he's saying. As a matter of fact, it's even more modest than even the things the man says and all of that. You know, that video just when I was playing, it was the one have his change his front to cut a flat and all of that. In this particular, I mean, some of these politicians we have right now, there is no way some of us can even meet them. You understand what I'm saying now? Because the hotel itself, security don't go allow you enter around. Peter B was just walking the streets of London like anybody. Man, that brings me to another point. A candidate, he never become president, was flying into Lagos and he shut down Lagos State for hours for a convoy to pass. Presidential wing, then he go pass, come down. You can imagine whether that candidate, they go even go give us privilege access like this safe. Or say if they even grant them, whether or not the security go to move us up and down, search us properly. But this man is different. And it's probably the reason why I want to raise an alarm. Long after he left, I did raise an alarm with some other, high-ranking members of Labour that were there. And the issue is this. I want to say to Nigerians, and I want to declare this is the alarm. Right now, the Nigerian government has no reason or reasons whatsoever not to be in charge of the security of Peter Gregory Obi. I want to say that the man I met, I think the man is too exposed to the Nigerian public. Right now, too many things are happening in that country. As a matter of fact, the state we are right now, Peter Obi his security should be in the hands of the federal government of Nigeria. It is not a question of whether he likes it or he doesn't like it anymore. Because right now, I made this point very clear yesterday. I said that the collective mandate of the people are on the shoulders of Peter Gregory Obi. And therefore, this man must be protected not for himself, but for the Nigerian public. He has a lifestyle that is so simple that those things may even be disturbing his free movement. But right now, from the comrade show, we are demanding very strongly that Nigerian government, I'm not talking of state government, the federal government of Nigeria right now must protect Peter Obi for the entire Nigerian populace. Because Peter Obi is a major candidate of a major political party right now in Nigeria. Peter Obi should be getting security briefing, national security briefing, probably from any time. He's already a candidate. This is what happens in other places of the world. As a candidate of a major movement, a major political party like this, he should be getting national security briefing. I don't know if they are doing that. Now, if he's getting, apart from that, the Nigerian National Executive Council, the Federal Executive Council of Nigeria must provide more than adequate security for Peter Obi and all of those working closely with him. Because we cannot afford to keep on taking chances like this. I am not sure that the landlord of Bodilon is going without a barrage of security personnel. The same thing with the what's it called, the Adamawa of sorry, I don't know, I can't get the title right. I'm talking of Atiku Abubakar. I'm not sure any fly will fly close to him. The same kind of security enjoyment those guys are having right now, Nigerians are declaring. Everybody is concerned. Everybody is concerned. Even some persons in the OB team, they are concerned, they are worried. And we are making this. Please, if you are there, you are a blogger, you are this, we must sing this to the high heavens. The federal government of Nigeria should take Peter Obi's personal security as a matter of utmost priority from this minute. Because I imagine that he left yesterday now, last night, to catch his flight. He did there, no security person not did there, nothing. He just did it like every other person. We don't want that. We don't want it. Even if you travel come from Nigeria, there should be some security details when they go carry send a follow on. This is very important. So we are clamoring. We are clamoring. Everywhere Peter Obi is, at least 200-mile radius, everywhere he is and should be secured. Should be secured. Everywhere you go right now, people are obedient. More people are becoming obedient. More and more and more and more and more. So this is my alarm. I am worried, honestly. We cannot take Peter Obi security for granted. We cannot take it for granted. Because the devices of wickedness in Nigeria come in different faces, and we don't want story. Peter Obi is no longer his own personal self. Peter Obi belongs to Nigerians. He is bearing the dream and the collective will of the people right now. And therefore, he should be protected for Nigerians. We are making this case right now. This matter right now is a matter of utmost importance, and it's a matter of utmost urgency for national peace and intellectual security. The federal government of Nigeria must take Peter Obi's security as utmost priority going forward. It's what we demand. It's what we want. It's what Nigerians want. The magic in that country is too much. The drama is too much. The man don't try rich. He don't try rich. We know he's humble. We know he's now. In fact, the federal government it should be a business to secure Peter Obi, because when Obama was running for president, as soon as Obama became the candidate of the Democrats in America, his own security was equal to that of the president. As a candidate of a major political party or a major movement, your security becomes state matters. So there is no reason in this whole wide world right now why the security of Peter Obi should not be state matters. Because that of Atiku is and has always been. That of what's his name, the landlord of Bodilon, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has always been. Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be entering Lagos, everywhere will be shut down. Peter Obi left London last night for Nigeria. I imagine that he's just going to stroll like everybody, going to stay for key safe. He should be using the presidential wing. He should be using all of those privileges when the other people get to protect him for Nigerians, because he's not running for himself anymore. He's running and carrying the dreams and the hopes and the collective ambition of so many millions of Nigerians today. And therefore, he should be protected for all of us. It is the state that can provide that protection. We are not missing it. That is what it should be. Potentially, that is the president of Nigeria walking around freely. It's unacceptable. We don't want it anymore. Nigerian government, we are appealing, say, this is a state affair that the Nigerian state need to hack into and adhere to. Very important. I know if you just get up now, just go. I remember when I was a member of national executive member of the Actors Guild of Nigeria. We visited President Olusegun Obasanjo in office at the time and all of that. In fact, only God know the kind of security. In fact, I don't even sure say the God of heaven will even get that kind of security. The screening to see Olusegun Obasanjo at the time and all of that. We have a major candidate carrying the hopes and aspirations of so many people on his shoulders, just walking freely. You know, walking now. Even if he has to walk freely, at least 100 to 200 mile radius, wherever he is, should be protected. No flash will fly near any of those zones. It should be protected. The man can still have his lifestyle. Obama has a free lifestyle. Obama, they stop, they enter restaurant, enter booker, they eat. You go stop in motorcade, you go enter this, they go back the hair. But before he does that, once they don't say that this is what he want to do, 300 mile radius, fly, not they fly near there. That is the kind of treatment we want given to Peter Gregory Obi. That is what we want. He's a major candidate of a major movement. He needs to be protected by the state of Nigeria for Nigerians. That is what we demand, is what we want. And that's what we're saying from the Comrade Show, that we desire this, we want this, we don't want drama. Because this man is not by himself. This man is carrying the hopes and aspirations of Nigerians. Nigerian people, I'm just trying to, let us into my encounter with this great Nigerian, a very exemplary Nigerian. It's an amazing Nigerian. There's no doubt. We equally have that moment, some that moment we had with Utomi. Just trying to look for that video, and another very moment of leisure, which was really beautiful.
This
Series of moments.
Comrade Show.
It's a bad water in my neighborhood.
There are some people that they thrive better, under pressure. I think that's what accounts for. It does a lot better. And there's always pressure. So when there's going to continue to do better.
Yeah, some of those moments. But Pat Utomi had something for the supporters of Peter Obi. I think I have that clip somewhere. Yes, he had this message for all obedient followers. Let's just play that.
This
Timmy, supporters of Peter Obi, what do you say to them?
Well, I want to say that Vox Populi, Vox Dei, the voice of the people is the voice of God. And on this Comrade Show, the voice of the people keeps resonating. And we're looking to see how all of this brings a vehicle. Peter Obi is just a vehicle to save a country that is really on the brink. And with all of us, not one person should be missing from this project. With all of us working together, our country will be salvaged. possibilities are tremendous. So good luck to all of us as we try.
Yes, sir. Thank you so very much. Sir. Thank you very much. That's Pat Utomi speaking to the Comrade Show. Nigeria. I'm really concerned. That's why I'm raising this alarm. So that hopefully, if we all collectively, sing this alarm all around, all along, at some point, I'm sure that they will budge. They have to do what they have to do. Peter Obi needs to be protected. If they don't know, we need to say so that they should understand and know, and that's why we are making that case. But as for Peter B, the man, and the Peter B, the candidate, Nigerians right now, beyond reasonable doubts, I am convinced that this man is the right man to become president of Nigeria. And let's do what we have to do, everything that we can to make that happen. I appeal to all of us. We have a lot of work to do. On the issue of a running mate, I'm not going to speak to it, but I want to assure Nigerians that based on the assurances we have, that matter will be taken care of. In no time there will be an announcement, and all of that. We are happy that we are privileged to have some information, speaking to these, reasonably, and so let's keep hope alive, and let's just be focused. Peter Obi is the next president. There is no other arrangements whatsoever anywhere else. You understand? So for his philosophies, everything he believes in, his roadmap to restoring Nigeria is so clear. It's as clear as water. You understand the picture of what I'm saying? And so we must just keep faith with this man and keep doing what we have been doing. So that at the end of the day, in the end, we'll have cause to be very glorious, knowing that, a new Nigeria is born. And let's not make the mistakes of thinking that this movement is going to end with Peter Obi's election. What we have succeeded in doing is we have succeeded in creating that arrangement to make us know that we have the power to do in this country, to install whoever we want to decide who becomes who in this country. And so when Peter Obi becomes president, this movement is sure to transcend even his presidency, to be a sort of, a pressure movement to direct the affairs of state towards a better Nigeria and all of that. And so our commitment and our resolve is crystal clear. You understand what I'm saying? And we must keep pace with that resolve. But the first order is for us, we haven't seen a promised land, is for us to now enter into the promised land by continuing with what we are doing, by baptizing more people into the obedient movement, by pushing ahead very strongly, even into those areas in the north where we probably think that, we should, in fact, talking about the north, I want to appeal, we should not assume anymore. To be very honest with you, I have found out, based on certain strategic discussions I've had with some people, that there are people in the northern part of Nigeria, in the majority, they are very much disenchanted with the current arrangement. Because at the end of the day, the hunger that beats the man in the east, beats the one in the west, beats the one in the north as well. So there are so many more people who are very disenchanted with the current arrangement, with the status quo. And they themselves want something different. They want a new ideology, a new face. And all of the others, when they did this fit too, they belong to the old ideologies. And that is why some of them can shamelessly come out to come and say it is not Peter Obi's turn and all of that. You understand what I'm saying now? When that it has been their turn for years and years and years, this is what they are going to give to Nigeria. So the Northerners believe, and that is why we cannot assume the North is never a voting bloc for any one direction. The North, they are disunited enough. Let me use that word. They are disenchanted enough, many of them, in their majority, to embrace the Obi movement. So if you have contacts in the North, you have friends and families in the North, you have people in the North that can help carry the message, no matter how small, let's push it. The obedient movement in the North is already surging gradually. You understand what I'm saying? And so we want to get it to a point where inevitably, even the blind man will see and understand that Peter Obi is the next president of Nigeria. That is exactly what we want to do. And I want to give kudos to the Nigerians in the South, particularly those in the Southeast, those in the South, for your effort. As a matter of fact, you people have made the cyberspace not conducive for other people to campaign. And that's how we will sustain it. That's how we will do it. The only attractive candidate on the field today, I did mention that yesterday before His Excellency. The only attractive candidate that people can align with and be proud that they are standing with him is Peter Gregory Obi, the obedient movement. That is the only attraction in this race. Every other one, they are all part of the old brigade, and they are all part of the issues, of the problems that has grinded this country and brought this country to a halt. We must do away with this old brigade. You have them in the articles, you have them in the Bola Ahmed Tinubu's, you have them in the Buhari's, and all of those people must be done away with. But in making our case, let us remain respectful. I mean, that has come again. Even the last night's meeting, that we had with the team, we must measure our language, respectful. Let's not be insulting. People have the right to express their whatever, you understand? But let us deal with them with the points. You understand what I'm saying? Because there are those who are just there, all they're interested in is what goes into their pockets. You understand? And let me quickly say that too. Our Ghana the Gishishu, I can confirm that. I lie. As a matter of fact, nobody meets him right now expecting anything like Shishi. Because and that is what makes this movement so beautiful, so organic. Nobody is doing it because they are expecting Shishi. You understand? There are those that in fact, their language is Shishi. Their language is, money, money, money. That's how they speak. They don't speak any other language. So for the few people they have committed to come and be dragging the social media space, with money and all those things, they are already meeting their match. In those of us that are just doing this for the love of our country and for the future of generations unborn. So let's keep pushing it, the narrative. In fact, I just release us small. It is to the extent that for what we are doing on social media, Peter Obi is getting attention even beyond the shores of Nigeria. Countries are willing right now that if Peter Obi is the person elected president, they are willing to do business with Nigeria. So many countries across the world. So many different countries across the world. Some that had they don't want to be associated with corruption, had left. They don't want to, do anything with Nigeria because of the corrupt practices. Many of them right now, are willing to do business with Peter Obi. Just one moment, let me take this call. Hello, sir. I greet you, sir. I'm on live broadcast. Would you mind if I call you back or you want to speak? All right, sir. I'll give you a ring back, sir. Thank you, sir. So again, it's a labor stalwart from Nigeria. So, like I was saying, Peter Obi's presidency would attract too many things to Nigeria, too many positive things. So when he says continuously, that becomes that is his own national anthem now, moving Nigeria from a consumption nation to a production nation. So everything began to make some huge sense from last night, because that is his bedrock, and everything he's doing right now is working out all of those arrangements that will move this country quickly from a consumption nation to a production nation. We have all the human and material resources. We have all the natural resources. Peter Obi is not interested in the Nigerian crude oil. As a matter of fact, for him, the Nigerian crude oil should not be the mainstay. It should be a plus. Just 1 second. Hello, my friend. How are you? Hello. Hello. You all right? Yeah. Can I call you back? I'm actually on live broadcast. All right, man. Cheers, man. So, so this is it. This country is going to move rapidly from where we are to hopefully where we expect it to be. And the man is, and the man a workaholic. Like, he's every day working out all of these arrangements. And one thing before I go end this broker, when I will talk about this, I have too many things to admire about Peter Obi. Peter Obi listens. He listens. It's not. He's not assuming. He understands that he can pick something from anybody. He gives you listening ears. And after you don't talk, they harsh you, you can't respond. And in the areas he agrees with you, he's not ashamed. He's humble to tell you, man, I agree with you on this. I've not thought about this before. We will try to look into this and explore it. Oh, that's a very beautiful one. Thank you. I have never thought about that before. Man, I beg you, I did beg. We cannot afford to miss this man. The next president of Nigeria, Peter Gregory, will be whatever they are saying. All of those people who spoiled Nigeria before, when one continue to spoil Nigeria, let's not listen. They are some of already sowing seed. Oh, now talk for Yoruba person. Now talk for. I beg you in the name of God. They have always been taking turns. What has the turns led us into? And another fanatic thing I want to tell us is this. Nobody is going to be a president forever. The thing is time bound. You are president for 4 years or for 8 years at most. You live there. So why can't we just take a chance? And also when they talk to me, now Yoruba people turn, now Hausa people turn, or now this one turn. Why can't we just take a chance with this beautiful bride of the Nigerian state? This time. And probably lay foundation for selecting and electing people who are qualified instead of looking at who's turn and who's no turn. Right now, some of them are making the campaign in the West that it is the turn of the Yorubas. I don't want to go into that argument at all, but it's so shameful that people will be doing that. Fellow Nigerians, they said the word is enough for the wise. I present to you again Peter Obi, the incoming president of Nigeria. I've been preaching about him. I've encountered him and met with him, had a chat with him, and I've played his message before, but he has said that we should keep on doing what we are doing. Officially, campaign has not started officially. So, but he's encouraged that Nigerians are doing what they are doing, but we must do it respectably. So I'll play that message again so that will be my parting shot for this broadcast.
This is the commercial.
Just a word.
Hello. Let me most sincerely thank all of you for what you're doing. Let us continue the good work on the way able to build a better Nigeria for our children and for everybody.
Thank you very much. That's the incoming president, President Peter Obi, right here in London. Let's continue to do whatever we're doing until we're able to build a better Nigeria. As a matter of fact, was the cross of the whole, meeting yesterday, and may God bless Peter Obi, may God bless Nigeria, and may God bless you, Nigerians. May all of us, by the grace of God, having seen a promised land, may we all enter this promised land together. But let's keep walking. There's so much more to be done. Bye for now. Comrade Show, wait, Comrade Lante Oriake. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com.